What's going on, guys? It's your boy Neeks. I'm back with another series review of West Indies in Sri Lanka for the T20 internationals. And we've won. We've won our first T20 series since December 2018. For two times world champions, it's been a long time coming. Yes, guys, we finished this tour of Sri Lanka on a winning note. And I'm very pleased. I'm very, very pleased. Before we go any further, make sure you hit the like, share and subscribe button. That's the best way you can support this channel. Went to Sri Lanka, lost the ODI series, clean sweep, won the T20 series with a 2-0 clean sweep. And I'm proud of the boys. I'm proud the way that I know the team's slightly different to the ODI series, but some of the players are the same, and we've come out on top in the end with two comprehensive victories in the end. You know, the second even more so than the first. And I think the experience that we have in the T20 format, for one, because, well, I guess the players, they've been playing T20 cricket. I mean, the amount of games that they've played compared to others across the world, different conditions, different tournaments, IPL, CPL, PSL, BPL, Big Bash. Some of them may even play in the English T20 competitions. I think a couple of them are in the 100 coming up. Our players are very experienced, and not only are we experienced in that regard, we've got a lot of experienced international players in our T20 side. So the likes of, obviously we know Pollard is the captain across limited overs formats, and Dwayne Bravo, Lendl Simmons, Andre Russell. You know, these are experienced T20 players, and the experience proves the difference once again. As I said, two times world champions. It's no fluke. It's no fluke. You know, once bitten, twice shy. You have to put respect on the West Indies when it comes to this format. And we showed our strength. We showed our abilities again. First T20. There's a lot I'm proud about for this team. In the first T20, we won the toss, decided to bat, set a target of 196. And in T20s in this day and age, 196 is chaseable, but it's still a big score. It's still a big score. You still have to go hard from ball one to the end. That's like what, nearly 10 and over. You're going at from ball one. And the reality is Sri Lanka aren't the biggest hitters. They're not the best at T20 in the world. So going like that is going to take either a lot of players, which I'll say they don't have, going hard, or it takes one or two big innings. Now, as far as West Indies is concerned, we had Lendl Simmons. He got 67 on 51 balls open the innings. And, you know, he anchored the innings, you might say, but he also obviously scored over 131 strike rate, which is good for a T20. It's not blistering, but it's very, very good. It's a good strike rate, and you know, him batting from start to finish helps us get to this target, because everyone that came in, you got a settled batsman at the other end, and we had Brandon King opening, and Brandon King showed how Sunil Ambrish, like I spoke about in the ODI series, how Sunil Ambrish should have been batting in the power plays. He just went after the bowling. Go after the bowling, the field is up, you take risks, you get the reward. And he got the reward, 33 off 25, and them two set a good platform in the first 6 overs, and for the first wicket. The first wicket fell at 8 overs, 74 for 1. And we had Puran coming in, he 14 of 12, not great innings. And then Russell coming in at 4. What a dangerous batsman. What a dangerous. We got the T20 World Cup coming up in the end of the year in Australia. Russell is going to be so key. If you got Russell on your side as an all-rounder, the bowling is very important that he provides us as an option for the 4 overs. But the batting, that ability to just take the game away. There's probably not a player in world cricket as destructive as this guy. Chris Gayle ain't that guy anymore. This guy is destructive against all types of bowling. Spin, fast. The way he took apart well, everyone that came in his way. The spinner first and foremost. And then he even took Malinga for a couple of rounds before he got bowled out. Brilliant ball from that wily old cat Malinga. But not before he scored 35 or 14. 2 fours, 4 sixes. Brutal. That is what Andre Russell can provide. And, providing he can stay fit, he gives West Indies a massive chance in any T20 match. Kieran Pollard, the captain, he himself was very destructive. 3 fours and 2 sixes for his 34 off 15 balls. And propelled us to what proved to be unassailable total for Sri Lanka. And made even more so by O'Shane Thomas. 5 wickets in 3 overs. He didn't even finish his allocation. We bowled him out for 171, but he didn't even finish allocation. He picked up 5 wickets. That's brilliant. And I've had my criticism for O'Shane Thomas because we saw him in the World Cup. He played pretty much every game, and I don't know why we didn't bring the other options that we should have, the likes of Kemo Paul and Alzari Joseph. And you saw he was very, very inexperienced. In the first game, he was all right against Pakistan, but it was just short. There was no plan, there was no guile, there was no thinking to his bowling. And this time he mixed it up a bit. Yeah, he went short, but then he pitched it up a bit, threw in a couple of slow balls, and for him, slow balls probably 80 miles an hour, considering how much he can crank it up. But he bowled in the right areas. He didn't just stick to one plan. It was very, very good. And to pick up 5 wickets in 3 overs is marvellous bowling. But my only issue was that we got the 5 wickets. They were, 58 for 5. And the next wicket fell 143. We allowed them to get back in the game and make the chase respectable, when really and truly at 58 for 5, we should have been looking to bowl them out for 120, 130. There's no way we should have let them get that close. They were always behind the run rate, but when you leave someone, say, 20, 30 to get off 2 overs, it's possible in this format. We should never have given that option. But the good thing is that, we blew out the top of their order very early, which meant once we just got 1 more wicket, we could finish it off. And that's all it took. We needed 1 more wicket to finish it off. And when we got that wicket, through... Who got the wicket again? I want to say Bravo, but no, it wasn't Bravo. It was Rothman Powell, the LBW. It was actually a full toss, and it got LBW, and that wicket right there, that broke Sri Lanka, because they had a partnership going with Hasaranga and Kusal Pereira. They were going very, very good, and yeah, that right there broke their momentum, their charge, and after that, it was just a matter of time. Cottrell came, finished it off, a wicket from Bravo, and that was that. And they were 1-0 up with 1 to play, series, the chance to end the tour of Sri Lanka with a win. And we wanted to do it convincingly, and we did it very, very convincingly. Won the toss again, but this time we put Sri Lanka into bat, and I was happy with that because yes, it's all important winning these matches, but you're also preparing for a World Cup. So you need to test out different players, different tactics, see what you need to work on in terms of chasing, in terms of setting totals. And even in the first game, we had a lot of unused resources in terms of batsmen. Hetmeyer didn't bat, Rothman Powell didn't bat. I think Allen only came in for a few balls anyway. In that innings, but Dwayne Bravo didn't bat. We had a lot of unused resources, so we're trying to test out to get the perfect balance before the World Cup, and there's a few more series before that. So I was happy we put them in because we know we're good at chasing, but can we set a target? And we've done both in the series now. So we put them in. We got them out they made 155 for 6, which for me was a very good bowling effort. In reality, we should have probably kept them down to about 130, 140 max. But a few lusty bowls at the end from Sarah Pereira, 21 off at 13. Got them, towards the 150 total. Shanaka, he also got 31 and propelled them to a total that you have to make. There's some totals where it's like, even if we don't bat well, if the total's so low we should make it, or the total's so high you're like, everyone needs to chip in. This was a total that you still had to kind of get your head down and make those runs. So I was happy with the total that we put them. It was a very good total to assess what we can do as batsmen. You don't want it too low, too easy. That's good, but not when you're building up to a World Cup. And if it's too high, you have to question the bowling. I think it was just in the right position to say, yes, we should win the game, so well done bowlers. But batsmen, let's see if you can actually apply yourself and win the game. And they did that. Obviously, on the back of the restricting them to 155, we actually had Fabian Allen opening the bowling, and he took 2 wickets in the end. And I like the tactics from Pollard. He changed, I believe in the 6 over power play, nobody bowled 2 consecutive overs. In the past, we've been too predictable. This is our opening bowlers, this is what we're going to do. You have one after one after one after one. No, the batsman can't settle, the batsman can't get used to the bowler. And in T20 cricket, it doesn't take much for someone to get used. A couple balls and then they try to start hitting. So if you give them an overreach, the next batsman comes in, it takes another couple balls before they go again. Another couple balls, and there's a lot of dot balls in that. So I think it was very, very good captaincy from Pollard, that experience, and obviously the planning compared to something like the ODI, and the execution for the bowlers. Bowlers bowling in places, bowling to the field. You got men deep on the boundary straight, you pitch it up. You got men on the boundary square or out on the offside, you bowl on the offside. You bowl to your field. We didn't do that in the ODIs and it cost us. Big totals we conceded. And with the experience in the T20s, as I said, the likes of Bravo, the likes of Andre Russell, we were able to bowl to our field and restrict Sri Lanka. So that was a good effort from us. And then we had to go out and make the runs. And in the art, of war, there's no time for sympathy. But I felt sorry for Sri Lanka because they lost the wicketkeeper first and foremost, which is in the air nor there. As long as the keeper behind the stumps are making mistakes, you say, all right, it wasn't that big a loss. But then they lost their premier wicket taker, Hasaranga, the spinner, who caused us problems in the ODIs. He got injured, I think it was like his hamstring he pulled, chasing the ball on the boundary. And that was very unfortunate because I would have liked to see how we dealt with him going to get this challenging, this tricky total, I would say. Once he was out injured, for me, that was game over. There was no way, especially at the point he got injured, we'd already got off to a good start. There was no way we were going to lose the game from there unless we literally threw it away, which I didn't expect us to do. Matthews got out Simmons in the, I think it was the second or third over. 23 for 1. Malinga got taken. He didn't have a good game at all. I think his first over went for about 13 or so. He was bowling 2 leg side. Brandon King, brilliant innings, 43 off 21. And for me, he actually got out at a time when he didn't need to. We were going comfortably. I think over 9 and over. It was 69. Yeah, 69 for 2 he got out after 7 overs. So that's over 9 and over. Well within the rate. He didn't need to go for the shot that he did. But I guess, that's the nature of the game sometimes. But if the total was bigger, for example, you need to be a bit more selective with your shots. But he got the 43 off 21. Hetmeyer then came in, who didn't get a knock. Well, this was his first knock for the tour because he obviously didn't play in the ODI series because of fitness issues and didn't get a knock in the first one. And I was happy with his innings. 43 off 42. Yes, that's a 100 strike rate in T20. It's not expressive. It's not that nothing to write home about. But it's what the situation called for. We didn't need to go out more than 6 and over. So you go at 6 and over. If the bad ball comes, you hit it for 4, hit it for 6. In the end, he got 3 4s, didn't hit a 6. That's what I want to see. I want you to just play the situation. You got all the talent in the world, but we don't need to, there's different ways to express your talent. And one of the talents is to be able to judge and, judge a game situation and play a match situation. And that's what he needs to continue doing. He's had a few good innings in subcontinent conditions in the last couple tours. And he needs to keep on this way, improve his fitness, make sure he's back in the ODI side, into the test side, and scoring runs when the team needs it. So that 43 of 42 was very good. Rodman Powell came in, he got 17 of 17. Wasn't a great innings, to be honest. Obviously, he came in to be the hitter, to allow the other batsmen to play around him, or Hetman at the time to play around him, get the singles, and he didn't really go for, well, I guess he tried to go for broke, but it didn't really execute enough. And then Russell came in, and what an innings. When I say brutal, this guy was devastating. 40 runs of 14 balls and 6 sixes. So that's 36 runs in boundaries. He only ran 4 runs. 6 sixes. And he had a little shoulder injury. At the end of the bowling, the fielding innings, he had a bit of a shoulder injury. After a few sixes, you saw him flexing his muscle in his shoulder. And the next ball hits 107 metres. The ball after, or a few balls later, 97 metres. This guy is so powerful, so dangerous. I think this is the lowest score for a batsman who has hit 6 sixes in innings. The man will stand and deliver. I ain't got time for this. Get out of the park. Let's end this game. And he ended the game. He ended it with a 6. Beautifully with a 6 over deep square leg, deep mid wicket, hooked it. And, the most beautiful thing about it was the way that he destroyed Malinga. Malinga, who, especially with Hasaranga out, and I respect Malinga, but with Hasaranga out, he was the main guy who was going to take any wickets. And Russell destroyed him. 0 for 46 of his 3 overs. He went at 15 runs and over. When you take apart Malinga in the Sri Lanka attack, that can only demoralise them. Because he, as the captain and the legend that he is, they're going to look to him at all times for different reasons, and you completely destroyed him. So, big up Russell, big up West Indies, 2-0 series victory, go home happy. And next up, we go to England, or they come here to me for a free test match series against England before going over to New Zealand for ODI and T20 series and then going back home where we play South Africa in Test, ODI and T20s in the warm-up for the World Cup. So it's a big summer for West Indies going across the world. And if we can, finish each tour with, another step on the road to where we need to be, that's what we want to see. We know it's not going to be a quick fix. We're not expecting great results every single time we go out, but what we want to see is marked improvements. And, under the new leadership, Phil Simmons, of course, we've got a new board, Skerritt, the chief executive's name is the chief of the West Indies Cricket Board, and the new captain for the ODI side, limited over side, Kieran Pollard. We're going in the right direction. So we just want to make sure we continue to see this progression in all formats of the game. I would say in T20s, the progression and the quality is there. It's been shown. The test matches, we're seeing that improvement time and time again. The ODIs has got a lot of work to do. So next up against New Zealand, I want to see a big improvement in that format. Guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you soon.